Solo queue isn't random, you are just playing it wrong. Most players lose solo queue games not because of bad aim, but because they don't understand how solo queue actually works. If you are going to keep blaming teammates, you will stay stuck. Learn how to play it properly and solo queue becomes way easier to control. I'm going to show you exactly how to win more games, get more kills, and carry, no matter who you are queued with. I'm CoJoMo, 3600 elo on Faceit. I play CS2 internationally, and I've played solo queue at a high level for years and years. One of the easiest ways to have value as a solo queue player is knowing your utility. I'd say that learning basic early round smokes and flashes, stuff like that, is so important because you are going to be able to take space that may not be given if you're just randomly running around. Ancient, for example, we're going to do all these little elbow smokes. We're going to walk forward for each of these. I'll just show you guys an example here so that you can replicate, take a few steps for each of these lineups. Boom. And we are going to be able to, right off the bat, just have an advantage over the other team. That's going to make it so much easier for our teammates to take space. I'll just throw this last one here. I'd say if you're playing mid, learn these instant elbow smokes. If you're a B player, you better have this cave util down where you're middle clicking, running through here, jump throw, and then throw the HG grenade off here. You could even flash. If you don't know this stuff, you are completely selling. You are a bad player. Some of you guys blame your teammates. Oh, they're so bad. They suck. You know, they're awful. But what are you doing to help them out? What are you doing to help yourself? You're not actually having a good foundation. You're not starting the round off on a good footing. So of course your team is going to troll. Of course they're going to suck because you guys are just running around and shooting, which leads us into our next point. Learning how to read your teammates' body language has to happen if you want to rank up because so many players don't understand this. They might have a situation where we take down mid here, right? We have this smoke and they see their teammate jumping up here, fighting on shelf, fighting down here on B lane. And the whole time they're just sitting here holding mid. You're just like, okay, well, I don't know what to do. Guys, learn how to play off of them. And if he's up there, you need to be under here holding elbow smoke, for example, from one of these positions. Same thing if you're the B player. If I'm in cave here and I see my teammates jumping up, I'm going to try to fight with him in some way to connect, to put those pieces together. There's very easy, simple ways you can do this. You could be planting the bomb on T side, for example. You see your teammate going long. He could absolutely be giving zero comms and you can still set him up because I'm thinking bigger picture. Planting the bomb, he's pushing. I pull my flashbang out and throw him a little pop flash right here. Boom. Because as he's fighting this guy, whether he wanted the flash or not, I'm doing it for him. I'm flashing behind him and he gets a free kill on the guy that's blind. Understanding how to read their body language with zero comms is so easy, but people don't even think about it. Even in retakes here. Guys, how many times in CT side when our team is retaking, does everyone just split up? One person goes through here, one person goes temple, one person goes donut, and you're all just taking your duels. Congrats. If you're playing anybody with a brain, they are going to completely destroy you. If you see your teammate going temple, either one, set him up with a flash in front where he's going to be peeking, or two, just go group with them and trade out. You don't need to be a professional player to do this. You just have to look at where they are and think, how can I sit there and help them? Another easy trick to developing your mental and just pushing yourself forward as a player and a human is learning how to play around bad teammates. So many players that I coach constantly on a weekly basis will sit there and go, Kojo, I can't rank up because of this guy, because of this random, because of these players inside my game. And look, I get it. But at the end of the day, you are face at level 5. You are 15k premier. Of course you're going to have bad teammates in your games. So get the most out of them. If you have a dude that you're saying, bro, he's just running it down mid, he's not giving me any chance to play the game. Okay, then use his dumb space that he's taking to your advantage. If he's running out mid, go posture behind him and start thinking of ways you can trade with him. Use him as a probe in that sense. Or, you know, like going back into what we just talked about, think about ways that you can set him up with utility, whether it be simple flashbangs that you can throw for them, just setting them up to get success, whether they like it or not. So unbelievably easy. Another thing that ties into that is, guys, you are in 100% of the games you play. So seriously stop trying to be a victim and instead start thinking about ways that you can improve. I don't care if your teammate is running it down. What are you doing in your decision making? It could be something as bad as, I understand, you might be in a 1v3 situation or 1v4 because your teammate's just through. How are you going to do the best with what you are presented? Play every single round and reset, forget about what just happened, and have that positive energy, have that positive mental going forward, because also your communication matters a lot. A lot of these people are throwing your games and trolling because we're being very combative, we're being toxic at them, whether they deserve it or not. I understand, but being a victim, blaming everybody is just not it. And I notice a lot of lower elo players fall into this type of mindset, and they're never going to improve, sadly, until they take some accountability and realize that there's a lot more of the game that they can control than what they think. One of my favorite tricks to implement as a solo queue player is using my radar to make risky plays. Say I'm the A player here, I'm stuck playing the site. Kojo, I never get impact. I'm just on the small anchor or the bomb sites. I can't move. Okay, well then keep an eye on your radar because you're going to be able to do a few things. One, if you notice that like the other team is just like sprinting out mid, you see like a bunch of dots, or you hear you're using your contacts that mid smoke flashes from the T side, you can sit here and throw a very basic and simple support util that might save your teammates teammate's life. That's the first thing, right? They're coming out mid here, trying to chase time the guy down it, and boom, they're just full blind. Where'd that flash come from? These guys are crazy. They're so good. So on Mirage, on Dust 2, there's so many maps where you can think about supporting your teammates in this way without them even saying a word. But my favorite part of all this, say they are going out heavy mid, that is where you can look at the radar, and if you see like 3 dots, I start to make calculated risk and take space off of that. Say A main. A lot of you guys, again, are blaming your teammates. You're saying there's nothing you could do, but you're not thinking outside the box. The reason that you're losing and why you're coping and blaming your teammates is because you're sitting on A site and then you don't move. You get all this information and you're just hiding here, waiting for them to come out, and you say, see bro, there's 3 guys peeking me. What was I supposed to do there? Well, do something. Just because somebody else makes a mistake doesn't mean you can't fix it. Why make another mistake to fix a previous mistake? That makes no sense. Instead, be proactive, take that space and look to gain space that the other team doesn't want you to have. They take mid, I take something else. Same thing on B. If they're taking mid heavy and you think you have an opportunity to duel, snap down here and take it. I love just throwing a B door smoke, especially if I think there's like a lurker. You know, B door smoke's there and I just come down here, wait for it to pop obviously, and boom. Now you have this territory. This is very simple transaction that if you think through this lens, you are going to succeed inside of this game. This video is brought to you by SkinsMonkey, the best CS2 trading site out there. Use my code CoJo at the checkout for an insane 35% deposit bonus. Truly, the ultimate way to improve as a solo queue is having more discipline. I see time and time again, players absolutely throw their chances at winning a game because they have zero discipline. They're in a 3v1 situation, and instead of just playing simple, playing standard, playing safe, they sit there and just try to hunt for the last kill. A lot of you guys come to me and say, my teammates suck, they're throwing all these different things, but then I watch your gameplay and you're giving these teammates that you call bad, that you say are horrible, a chance to throw the round. Imagine you're there with these players that are worse than you in your mind, and you're just willingly throwing the game away because you want kills. You're hungry for it. Stop looking at the game through the lens of kills and deaths and start looking at it through the lens of statistics. Is this a powerful play that I can make? Does this probability make sense to me? Because if in my mind I was the most important player on the team, I would honestly be baiting a little bit more. I'd be playing more safe. I would be taking that risk when it makes sense, but absolutely would I not be trying to put people into a position for them to throw the round away. You can't have it both ways. You can't say your teammates suck, but then also sit there and try to put them in just very stressful situations so that they are even worse. Be that light, be that person that guides players around you, and be a leader at the end of the day. Stop having a victim mindset and you will go very far in this game because you have a lot of potential. You're learning so many great things. You're implementing some good stuff. So keep working hard and keep your eyes out for the next video where I'm going to help you learn and become the best player possible.